Okay, guys, we are live! So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly editor-in-chief, or super marshal. I look up both of those, so I'll respond to either. Today, we're carrying on with our ongoing campaign, playing Pinnacle Entertainment's outstanding Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, and we are making use of their terrific Superpowers Companion. We are playing through a campaign where our heroes are the preeminent super team in Canada, the Guard. And I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing in the Guard. First up, we've got Robert.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm playing Bouclier. He soaks damage, he gets bigger, and now hopefully he can actually get out of any grapples they do on him. So
nice.
Yep.
All right, and joining Bouclier at the table will be someone played by Will.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Cygnus. He is the Dark Star of the North, and he is ready for Savage Super Saturday, baby.
Nice. Yeah, I love it. I should have worked more alliteration in my Stan Lee-esque way.
I know. You gotta get those repeating consonants.
I need to also shave my beard so I have just that, like, Stan Lee mustache. Hello, true believers. Well, let's start off. Speaking of Marvel EIC, so let's go to our shooter page. What happened last time, guys? I'll bring you over to the old fighty thing here. Now, I will say that last time we did have some substantial issues with Roll20, so it took us half of the session trying to sort that out. I got the new Zoom slider I'm making use of. And ooh, boy, is that sweet. Look at that.
Last time was actually a continuation of the time before, honestly.
It was, yeah.
We had been engaged in a combat with a couple of supers and their minions who had stolen something. I don't think we knew exactly what it was from this museum. And are we in Vancouver now?
These guys, they actually were breaking into a Foreign Fader facility.
Oh, it was one of his facilities. Okay.
Yeah, you were looking into the museum stuff.
That's right.
But
yeah.
And were we in Vancouver for this, or were we somewhere else?
You are in sunny Vancouver.
Okay. Yeah, I thought we were in Vancouver. So, so we, let's see, who's Jonathan? Warlock, I think is what his character name is.
Jonathan Warlock, yes.
Yeah. So Warlock was there.
Yep. There it is. The Paris, no, that's Calgary. You tell from the Sky Dome, or Saddle Dome in the thing. Wasn't this Vancouver? Where the heck did Vancouver go?
Did you name Vancouver something cute?
No, I didn't name it anything, unfortunately.
Oh, well,
and I just got a black screen on this one, so I don't know what's going on.
It's at night.
Yeah, apparently. Well, even I should be able to see what's going on here. The heck is... That's weird. Well, anyway, we are in Vancouver.
Right.
Canadians call the Paris of the Prairies.
We had gotten a pretty good hand. Got a pretty good hand on the minions and kind of had them under control. I think we destroyed one of the transports.
You did?
Yes, yep.
And then Alchemist managed to make an escape, right?
Yep. And so I was pursuing the other supervillain. And that's basically, the Alchemist got away, and I want to say Dynamo, but that ain't it. It's Electron, yes.
Yeah.
That's who I was pursuing, and so we've about got her corralled, I think.
Yeah. Anything to add, Bouclier?
No, I think that was about it. Bouclier just did a lot of running.
Yeah.
Actually stopping, trying to pull a telephone pole up out of the ground, couldn't do it, kept running.
All right. Then, with that, let's turn to our page. Electron was damaged. You just... Oh, actually, hold on. We forgot to move your token because Cygnus tried throwing Bouclier at Electron.
That's right.
So
yep.
That means I think you would have moved here and thrown... Oh, give me a second here. Your strength was 12 plus 3.
Yeah.
I was checking that just a moment ago. That means... Let's see. There it is. Okay. 500 pounds. How heavy is... what size is a bouclier right now?
Hold on a sec. He's big. I think I want to say hippo.
Hippo size?
But yeah. Hold on a second.
I tell you guys, I send every Wednesday. I send one of my friends who's a coworker of my sister. I send her gifts of hippos. I'm like, happy hippo hump day.
I think he was a hippo because that's what I remember. 4.
My hippo hump day.
Yeah, I remember that from last time.
Okay, so you're 4. Then you'd be size 4, which means you're 2 tons, which means sickness could not have lifted you.
That is correct.
So we're gonna call a mulligan. I think she missed anyway, but you try to pick up Bouclier, and you're like, what? That your boot jets are struggling against him.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. That means on the upside, it means that I'm not going to be figuring out where Bouclier's been thrown when he missed Electron. So, every cloud and all that. Here we go. Let's see what everyone's got for their actions. So Bouclier, you have a 2 sickness, a 6. Now hold on, you're quick now, right?
Me?
No, you're not quick. Oh, I'm thinking of
I just got dodge.
thinking of Savage Star Wars. And then Electron, a 9. So anybody spending hands up? Any? Yep.
Wait, do we have bennies?
Yeah, you guys got 3 bennies.
Oh, we have 3. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll spend 1.
Ooh, 9 of clubs, but hearts goes before that. 9 of spades. That'll go before hearts. So, I think I'm going to spend a Benny too. So I want to see if I can get that Joker. Let's see. Let's see. Ho, ho, ho! Mama! That's a way to start a Saturday. Hands up. Anyone else want to spend...
No. I'll go ahead and try one more. Let's see if I can get a Joker.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh.
Well, son of a gun.
Ooh. All right.
You know what? Yeah, I'm done.
You done?
Yeah.
All right. So then first up will be Electron. Let's see. What is she going to do? Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Now that would just be utterly devilish. There is, he is getting kind of fed up with you. She looks up at you, Cygnus, and there's this almost like pattern of code that flashes across her eyes as if it was like a black screen for a second, and she's gonna spend a penny to power stunt something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh, indeed. And just to remind myself what is going to be in this game. And, oh, you know what comes out next week, guys?
The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie?
That may be the case. I haven't seen the last 4, so...
Yeah.
But next week, the new Marvel role-playing game.
Oh, shoot. That's already that soon?
Yep.
I got to see if I've pre-ordered that
August 1st. It's in the States. Barnes & Noble has done has broken their release date, apparently. So it's available at Barnes & Noble already.
Really?
Yeah, but Matt, not Matt Fraction, what's his name? Matt... Forbeck has encouraged people to, if you can, wait to get from your friendly local gaming store if you've ordered through there. But yeah, it's out, and they've announced there's an X-Men book coming out for it and a Spider-Man book coming out for it, in addition to that Kang adventure that's coming out.
Okay. I knew about the X-Men. I don't think I'd heard about the Spider-Man.
Yeah, I actually didn't know. I heard about the Spider-Man, and then when I went and looked to pre-order, I'm like, wait, X-Men, what? Summertime, when it's nice, it just always makes me think of Marvel superheroes. Playing that with my cousins in our tent when we're camping. So,
we did it year round. I mean, we did it in the summers a lot, but even during the school year, on the weekends, we would get together.
Yeah,
we'd rotate houses.
Until we got driver's licenses, my cousins lived on the opposite side of the city, so it was tough to, tough to get to. But summertime, when we went all camping together, that would be, weeks and weeks of nothing but Okay. You know what? To be honest, it probably was like only 1 or 2 weekends. It just as a kid, it feels like it was like the whole fucking summer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to find what I'm looking for here. I think it's called negation. Yes, here we go. Okay. So she has a lot of minutes. I'm not going to let her do a... Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to let her do an area attack just because it doesn't make sense with her power set. But here we go. So she looks up at you, and there's this pulse that comes out of her, the end of her fingers. And it'll be that plus that. Okay. Let's see. Come on. Big money. Here we go. Ooh, got a raise. Or got an exploding dice. That's a 14. Fuck me. Okay, so that is then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right, Cygnus. I need you to give us a spirit roll at -4, please.
Good lord.
Yeah. And that'll be in addition to your wound penalty. So.
Yeah, and that will automatically calculate. I don't have to worry about anything else with that.
Yeah. You want to bother Bennying that, or?
Yeah, let's blow the last penny and see what happens.
Okay.
I could get an exploding die. You never know.
Yep. I've done it before.
Come on, green.
Nope.
All right. So she gestures up at you, and I don't know why I didn't think of this last time. It speaks to how fucking dopey I was last time, but she gestures, and as it hits, there's a brief moment where your screen pops and then is jet black. She's just hit you with some kind of shutdown code. Cygnus, you lose your flying.
Right.
You lose your energy blast. You lose, I get to pick 3 powers that you lose.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, you're on the ground right now, so the fall's not going to affect you all that much. But you lose your flight, you lose your energy blast. What else do you have that would be of interest?
Let's see. So ranged attack, flight. I don't think losing toughness really makes sense. You could probably...
Ooh, energy control.
I don't know, theoretically, you could say, well, the energy control.
Yeah.
Gravity
So
control.
the energy control, the flight, and your range attack are all shut down. So you still have access to super strength, but you're going to need to kind of do that like visor up thing to be able to see. And then she is going to book. So her flight. Yeah, okay. And I didn't take a penalty, so she's not running.
Remember what I said before the session started of me having complete faith in Bouclier and Cygnus?
Yeah. We got this!
Yeah. I also love the way the DM says stuff like, it's like, oh, this is going to be so great. You know, he cackles. And then when he hits, he's like, oh, fuck me. I'm like, yeah, too late to act like you're on our side.
Yeah, it's well, you know, it wouldn't be a superhero fight with a super villain if it wasn't a challenge to try and take him down.
No,
so.
That's how it goes in the comics, right? They take a beating, you take a beating, you come back later, and you figure out how to beat them.
We got 22 pages to fill here, guys. If you defeat her on the first.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so she gestured, and Cygnus. Bouclier, I think, would you give us this is not an action for you, but would you give us a notice check, please?
Sure. Notice check.
Something funny that might happen here.
Oh, great. Funny, yeah. That's no modifiers?
No modifiers.
Okay.
Okay. So Bouclier, you see him and you're like, did I break your jets? Because he just tried to pick you up and then immediately everything sort of felt shut down.
Yeah.
All right. So then next up will be, speaking of which, is Bouclier.
Let's see. So where'd she go? She booked. Where the heck is she on the screen? Let's see here.
Towards the southwest.
Well, this is. I'm assuming it's just Robert role playing out that one he rolled on a
Oh.
notice.
Yeah. Well, no, it's also that. It's all right. So, and I can't remember what's my move. Hold on. Pull him up.
I don't think you have any absorption tokens right now because I don't see anything in your character, in your token.
Running is D6, but what's the regular move?
Unless you got something else, so your pace is a 6, and I don't remember you having any special powers.
Yeah. Okay. And no, I don't. He has leap, but he doesn't have. But he's got his Benny. Yeah, he's gonna use his Benny to basically do the. To stun his power and jump, attempting to more or less land on top of her, but as long as he's close enough that he can.
You're trying to stun your power for leaping?
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Because that's the only way he could get around fast, otherwise he's just running.
Yeah. So this is a because it's a non-attack power, you will have it for 3 rounds, just to remember. As a refresher.
I will have 3 rounds.
You have leaping for 3 rounds.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, and I don't recall what we said the distance on that was, but I think she's easily within distance.
Leaping, let's see here.
Just
Yeah, what I want to do is I'm going to rein in a little bit of the because that's your most powerful power. Not to say like I'll spend a Benny and then I'll be able to get a 10-point worth or whatever your power cap is.
Right.
Things because that's effectively what super science and what spell super sorcery does. So it kind of if the spending a regular one. Do you have any other powers that you think would be justified other than because right now because you don't have an absorption token that tells me that you don't have any narratively you don't have any power charged up.
Okay. Yep.
But do you have anything else?
He doesn't really have. I mean, he's got super. Hold on a second. Pop him up again. Let's look here.
One thing. I'm a Savage Guard. One thing you could do is remember you can always hold your card. So you could choose to, if Cygnus can't move, for instance, what he could do is he could just fucking wallop you and give you some power.
True.
And then you can make use of it. Let me just.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Let's see if Nucleus got any other. Sorry, I didn't.
I don't think so. No, everything is pretty much about getting bigger and tougher and taking the hit. So that's probably not a. Yeah. Yeah. He's like he looks at Cygnus and he says, "Come on, hit me. I need some juice."
The damage you took was that stuff that you. Are these wounds that won't recover? I'm trying to remember. I know you took some damage last time. That
he's got one wound that didn't recover.
One that like there was a crit fail, so you're not gonna be able. You have to heal that normally, right?
Yeah.
But I think that second one though, did you suffer 2 of those types of wounds, or?
I think only 1.
Sure. Why don't you give us your before you start your turn? Give us your uncanny recovery check.
Oh, where is that on here? Uncanny.
Yeah, because you're.
Sorry, where's his uncanny?
I think it's under regeneration.
Oh, there, just got it. Regeneration. Yep.
There you go. So you can heal one of those wounds.
Okay, got it. All right.
And then, let's see here. Here's the other option: is that Big Payback is only 4 points, and you could just stunt that one. That would give you. Horizontal distance of 32. That's probably sufficient for the purposes of this.
Okay. Yeah. He'll do that. Yeah. Okay. And he's gonna basically leap through there, sort of on a horizontal, like almost like a. He's trying to basically slam into her like this more, so he's not trying to land on top of her.
Yeah.
He figures maybe it would be easier to hit her if he's coming straight in as opposed to attempting to drop in from above.
So you're going to take -2 because of -2 because of her speed. Mm-hmm. Double check here. I can't remember if I ordered an extra copy of the Superpowers Companion with my. There's that box set they released. With all the
Necessary Evil.
Necessary Evil, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get in on that because it seemed kind of specific.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what's in it once it arrives. There's a shit ton of stuff that's easily transferable, and they've got a bunch of it looks pretty cool. But I mean, like,
sorry, what was that box set?
The Necessary Evil box set.
Oh, okay. I think I actually got that one. Yeah, I think I got that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it looks. Yep. The adventures look pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, once you mentioned their box sets, I went on there and I kind of like went a little crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Which is -2.
Not too crazy, but.
Okay. So it's only -1 from the flight, but then because it's only the range attacks is what she gets the bonus. I'm just checking what grapple is here.
This is using the big payback. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yes, you're going to lose the access to that. Yeah, I was thinking about like the way to sort of interpret the stunting of powers, and I think that I'm going to try and think of it from fiction first, and then go from there.
Yeah. I think that's a better way of doing it, because I was looking at this again, and I was like, I finally found, I think, what I was talking about the one time, but I was like, that's just way too powerful. Being able to sorry, I'm not going to go into that now, but yeah, just being able to like effectively stunt any of your powers into anything else was just and
if you happen to be using it at your power, if you're always able to use it at the power that is at your power cap, that you've built at your power cap, that's exactly what super sorcery and super science do. Yeah. So you're invalidating basically. I mean, unless you think that having 2 extra rounds of attack powers and 2 extra rounds of non-attack powers is so much of an advantage that it's worth spending those points. I don't think so.
No.
Because those cost about the same as getting like a basic attack. So, in any event, that is.
So this is a -1.
So it's a -1, and you're making an athletics check, and it is an opposed athletics check. Hold on, are you trying to grapple, or are you trying to just slam into and do damage?
Yeah, he'd probably try to grapple her, try to keep her from moving.
Grapple. So yes, so then that is a opposed athletics, and you'll be at -1.
Okay.
And she, this is not her forte.
Okay. With the brute is only to escape a grapple, right?
Brute gives you.
That's the.
Yeah. Brute links athletics to strength instead of agility, and then it affects your range. Doesn't have any effect on grappling.
Okay. So, all right, got it.
So go right ahead.
Okay, that is my athletics -1.
I have beaten you with a raise so far. You want to spend a Benny and try and?
Yes.
Okay. You
and
guys
so he's
each
down.
get a Benny, by the way, too.
Oh, okay, so he's back to 1.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, -1 again. All right. Come on.
Okay. So when you land on the ground, missing her.
You know what? He's going to spend his other Betty, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
What he just got. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, he's like, I'm tired of this shit. Okay.
Come on.
No.
Damn it.
He's just kind of like rolling around on the ground, like. Ugh.
All right, so you miss and it goes slamming down. I think because of where you're landing too, you're probably landing on the hood of a car. The car alarm goes off because this is 2003 apparently, and then it is Cygnus's turn. What are you doing, Cygnus?
Okay, so I don't think I could. Let me. Where's my measuring tool? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's 26 yards away. I don't think I could get there running.
Okay, you can make a spirit roll at -4
to try and recover.
Try and reboot your system.
Okay, well, let's try that then first.
There's a very pleasant Irish lady's voice who is trying to get your thing back up and running again. Okay, so that you want to spend a Benny to try and.
I know, I've got one Benny, and I'm trying to decide, do I want to spend it for this? Yeah, screw it.
Somewhere Jeff is on a golf course and feeling very good about you guys blowing all of your bennies.
Yes.
All 4 of them, and
Yes.
nice.
All right, so what that means is 1 power comes back.
Let's see what would be most useful. I think flight right now is the most useful.
You're like, come on, and there's a little diagram that shows up in your holographic vision. There's a green line that kind of goes down to your boots. It reactivates again. So now you can take your actions. What are you doing?
Now I can move. Okay, so it's kind of like what Robert was talking about. Because I looked at the rule book, but is there any kind of how they address charging? Like, I just want to fly directly into this person with the maximum amount of speed possible.
Oh, yeah. There isn't really, as far as I remember.
Yeah, I didn't think there was. It would just be a regular attack, Kevin?
Yeah, it's a melee attack. And it depends on what you want to do. If you want to do damage, it's just a melee attack.
Okay.
If you
that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fly into her and just basically...
Yeah, there's not the move through maneuver. Hero System has a lot to answer for that, because it's such a there's maybe 2 superheroes in comics that really make use of that on a regular basis. And it's such an abusive maneuver in that game that it just has carried over into every other goddamn thing. But let's see here.
I always think about comic books. I think about stuff like, Colossus and Wolverine doing the fastball special. I mean, he throws him as a weapon.
Right, but that's to graze against it so he can cut it with the claws, right? He's not throwing him directly into it, which is, I guess that's a move past, not a move through.
Yeah.
Or move by, it's called in Hero. But some Hero fan was angry, move by.
And I think about the old RPG had the slam result.
Right, but slam comes from any melee attack, right? It wasn't a move into kind of thing.
Yeah, that's, like I said, that's the only thing I can think of is just something where, like a charge. But yeah, if you want me, so just make a regular melee attack then. Yeah,
what you could do is if you're trying to build a Nova type character, or Cannonball for that matter. I think that's how Cannonball. I'm pretty sure I built because before I got fucking busy this year, I was doing that daily conversion stuff.
Yep.
Right. Cannonball I built as because I would have looked very closely. Where is it here? Savage. No, that's Marvel Gold Mage. Marvel Mutants. Oh, here we go. Okay, Cannonball.
There you go.
Yeah, so he would use his blasting to ram into an enemy with a contested athletics roll per Savage Worlds Adventure Edition Core Rulebook 116.
Ah, Kevin's getting like me. He's putting the references in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have to do stuff like that.
Well, I mean, there may be a carryover from the day job too. So, so ram is an action. You can use a ram on the same chase card. You both make it a maneuvering roll, and if successful, both opponents cause damage to each other as follows. Base damage is on the size, so normal is 2d6. You get a raise if you got a raise plus 1d6. If your toughness is higher, or if your toughness is twice as higher, it adds d6s onto that as well. And the speed adds d6s on as well. So there you go. Kev, from around February, has thought of that shit and looked it up. So well done, Kev. I'm so glad looking up Cannonball was worth the effort. I knew that I would have wasted the time to figure out exactly how to build it in these rules. So, pedantic, character building Kev from February. Well done, man. So does that affect your? It would then be probably athletics. Would be your
athletics versus what is
versus her athletics.
I had to think what the skill was for a second.
Yeah.
Yep, versus fighting. Yeah, he's actually better at fighting.
Oh,
So
fighting?
yeah, I think I'll just do it as just straight melee.
Oh, so you're gonna go up and just try and hit her.
Yeah, basically. I mean, he's gonna fly up there and then try and attack her.
What Cygnus' speed when he's flying?
I've got a pace of 88, is what it says on here.
Oh, let me look at the guard character sheet.
Sure.
I gotta get these printed too. Jeez. Now that we're back in the saddle. All right, your speed when you are flying is 60 miles an hour, which would add another D6 to it. So you'd be adding, and then your toughness is definitely. Assume your toughness is higher than hers, because I think that's part of your shtick. That means you're starting with a minimum of 4d6 damage against her. If you get a raise on your attack roll, that adds another d6. And if it turns out that your toughness is twice as high as her, you get to add another d6 on top of that. So it'd be 6d6. So
yeah, the key is I'm wounded and I got to hit her first.
True, very true.
All right, so let me go ahead. I'll just go ahead and move.
Okay.
Is that sufficient? You think right there?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, you're not going to get the gang up bonus because Bouclier has fallen to.
Yep.
Yeah, but
I'll go ahead and just roll the fighting roll since the damage will be crazy.
Yeah, and -1 to the fighting roll.
Okay. Is it -1 because she's airborne?
Oh, hold on. You also take. You may have forgotten about her damage field, which you'll take damage from before you get to make your attack. So,
all right.
Let's get this done. D6 exclamation mark. So as you go in, electricity is playing across you. Ho! What is your
Toughness?
Yeah.
18.
18, and there's no armor piercing on this, so you are good.
All right. Nope.
It is 9 o'clock. Did I give you guys the Benny for 9? I did already?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did already.
We've lost it already.
Hitting
Yeah, we
ass.
done burned through them.
All right, then that is the end of round 1, guys. We're on to round 2 for today, at least.
Kev, at this point, I think you can just stop giving us Bennies. It just doesn't feel like a good Benny kind of day.
All right, here we go. So, Bouclier, you have a Jack. Pretty good.
Nice.
Cygnus, a 2.
Oh,
not
my gosh.
great. Electron, Queen of Hearts. Oh, man. Good luck. Who is the artist who sings Queen of Hearts?
Olivia Newton-John?
Okay, there you go. Hands up. Anyone's. No one has bennies.
Nobody has any bennies to spin.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Oh, fuck. You know what, Bouclier, I need to roll damage against you for the energy field because you tried to get to. Let me just quickly do that.
Yep.
15. What's your current toughness?
Hold on. Okay, Bouclier's current toughness is 14.
14. So you are shaken.
Okay.
You're not taking wounds, which means you can't. You can't try and absorb it, unfortunately.
Oh, wait, hold on. Somehow I have only. Okay, I still have 1 wound left. Okay, and then where's my shaken?
Yeah,
thing?
you do have 1 wound. Remember, that's the one that can't heal.
Yeah. No, I know. For some reason it was at 0, and I was like, no, I still have 1. Okay.
Remember, red is your health bar. Green is your hero points.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Got it.
All right. Or no hero points. Bennies. Wrong game, Madison. It's Saturday morning, not Friday night.
Okay.
Okay.
That's right. Okay.
So here we go. Then, so on Electron's turn, I'm going to spend Benny to stunt once again. And I need this. Here we go. He looked at you, Cygnus. And... Same dice exploded. Okay. So, I need you to give us a spirit roll at -4.
Good Lord.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was good to have flight back while it lasted.
Yep.
That is gone, as is your super strength now. Cool. Now, You are falling.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at my Marshall screen here. And let's see here. Is there
Okay, do I have
a section? Okay, there is not in there, so let's go to the rule book. Falling, here we go. Okay.
Free fall? No.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it's not half of our session, it's just nothing but musical references. Here we go.
Oh, pace 5.
So you're actually not going to take all that much. It's going to be 2d6 plus 2. So let's see here. 2d6 exclamation mark plus 2. So you drop to the ground. I think 5 even does not get through your armor.
Yeah.
All right, Bouclier, you're up next. What are you doing? You still have leaping for 2 more rounds.
Yeah, she's right there. He's gonna punch her. Big payback.
Well, you need to leap in order to try and get to her.
Okay.
Right? Because she's 4
Okay.
squares up right now.
Yeah, so he's gonna do that.
Okay.
Leap up.
Then you're going to take the damage from her energy field as you pass through it. 11. I don't. Oh no, hold on. You got to roll to unshake first.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's an unshake
And
button.
no modifier.
No modifier. Holy shit! You fail.
Okay. It's just.
Oh
so you
my!
just gotta,
You really had your bell rung by that electricity last time.
Yeah. He's like.
Okay. Then Cygnus.
I guess, let's see, try and reboot.
You've also fallen on a car.
They're just tearing up the parking lot.
And actually, because you're sort of in between, I think someone, while the fight was going on, someone was getting into their car. They left the door open. They ran away. You've fallen down and completely taken out their door. So,
Nice.
Let's see, is that a spirit check again to reboot?
oh, to reboot, yes, spirit at -4.
Nope.
It's talking to you in Arabic right now.
Let's see. Okay, so I fell down, and I took this door out, which means I've got something I can pick up and throw at her theoretically.
Your strength has been negated. That was the
Oh, come
other
on,
thing.
it's just a door.
Sorry.
I picked up a door before.
You feel you can pick up and throw 8 yards in the air a car door?
8 yards. Let's see, 8 yards. 24 feet. I could probably do that.
I respect your healthy self-esteem for your own strength.
Yes.
I respectfully disagree with your character.
That's fine. That's fine. Fair enough.
Plus, I'm assuming that this. I mean, not trying to. I'm assuming the suit's kind of heavy too, so it's like.
Yeah. Now that's a true statement.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or would it be? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, his super strength is negated, but it's not. It doesn't add anything extra mechanically.
Right,
you know.
Yeah,
So,
no, I'm not saying a penalty there, but I'm just.
Yeah. So you stagger up, and you look to grab, and maybe it's you know it's not going to take your action, but as you try and pick up the door, you're like, holy shit, this is a lot heavier than it should be. So what are you doing, Cygnus?
I shoot. I mean,
Well, you're that's still negated.
yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The best thing I could theoretically do would be just to, hit Bouclier, but without the super strength, it's not going to really do anything.
He also seems to have his bell seems well and truly rung.
Yeah.
He's trying to get up on the, and again, he's the size of a hippo right now, so he's trying to get up on the hood of this car and kind of staggers and falls down. to his
Probably
knee.
rolls off onto another car.
Oh, incidentally, I forgot to move her. Hold on, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. She's over here right now.
Whoa.
So, Cygnus, what are you doing then?
I guess it's just a move then.
Okay.
That's the best I can do is just try and stay close.
Okay.
So I rolled the running die.
Yeah, just click on the running die. You'll take -2 to any actions you got. 93 inches. Why is that? Is your pace 90?
Well, what's written on my character sheet is 88, but that's for my flight.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's probably what it's adding to. So that means you run 11 in total.
Okay.
So 11 squares.
All right, here we go.
As you're weaving through the parking lot.
There's a lot of running in this scene.
Yeah. Well, she gets the initiative next time. I think she's going to make a hasty departure. Man, I love this sliding zoom. This is great.
I got close to her. It's not bad.
Yeah. So you're underneath her. All right. So then let's see what happens next here, guys. Bouclier, you've got King of Spades. Cygnus, 5 of Hearts. And for Electron, 8 of Spades. Oh, man. That knockoff Motorhead song. Then, let's see. Am I going to spend... before Cygnus, I'm not spending any bennies. And you have no bennies. So, Bouclier, you are up first. Give us an unshake roll. See if you can,
sir.
This will be your last round with leaping. You're unshaken. Okay, so you can act now.
All right. So I guess he would have one more leap, right? Because
this last round.
No, actually, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So he's basically gonna leap to get close to her and try to. This time he's not gonna try to. Well.
Grapple or try and hit her.
Yeah, he's gonna try to grapple.
Okay. So first things first, you are going to enter the field. I'm just going to move you over here first.
Yep.
Let's see, because if you're shaken...
Yep. 12. It's not enough. He's 14.
He's 14 right now?
Yep.
Okay.
And then athletics check.
I'm saying to Benny to re-roll.
Okay.
Oh, no! Shit.
Nice.
All right, so then and now you can make an athletics check at -1.
Yep. Come on. Nice time for an exploding die, please. No. Why do I have this roll-ton shake here?
You still shaking, marking?
I do still have it marked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so unfortunately you miss her and land on the ground once again. She is going...
All right, next time he's just going to hit her.
Yeah, she is turning and going straight up to try and escape you guys, and then she's going to move over the intervening... Oh, man. I have bad news, guys. She goes up and over this building here, which means she is gone from your vision right now. You don't have line of sight to her.
And I think unless Cygnus gets
I do get to make an attack too. And because you guys are both so close together too.
That's a bad thing.
She'll have created a field of electric power around you guys. So you guys are also distracted. So -2 to any actions until the start of her next turn. As electricity is playing across all of you guys.
Yep.
At least it's not damage.
No.
Okay. Then it is Cygnus's turn, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So let's see here.
Oh, make your spirit roll at -4?
Yep.
Let's see what
that's what I'm
reboots
doing.
here. Oh, okay.
I was already typing it in. Oh my god. I only have -8 freaking mod.
How many powers do you still have that are not dampened?
Wait, so we took the energy control, we took the flight, took the strength.
Good God.
I mean, that's basically it.
Flight, strength.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so the armor itself has begun rebooting. I think you said it's in a ring or in an amulet or something like that.
Yeah. I carried around, and if you didn't want to use the ring, I was thinking about this. Use like a watch, just something.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that sounds cool. Because it seems a little bit. Yeah.
More like the Lensman kind of concept.
Yeah. So you're like, come on, and you hit this thing, and it. You now do not have the armor from it either.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're looking at I think you're looking at it, and it's flashing 12 o'clock.
There you go.
All right. Thanks. So that was that did not take an action for that to happen.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I could think of would be trying to find an entrance to that building so I can get inside and try and get up to the top.
Looks like there's an entrance right. Let me get my pointer here.
Sure.
Right there, right?
Okay, so good. So it's right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to move
Give
over
us a
there.
run roll again.
Sure. I think that'll. We should do like. Ugh.
Okay.
Good lord.
So
yeah, that'd be more like there.
Oh no, because remember it's 6 plus 2, so it'd be 8 total.
Oh, so it'd be 8 total. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
So 1, 2.
What I meant is that you rolled a 2. So because you were there,
There
it's
we go.
1, 2, 3,
Get him at
4,
least there.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you're actually in the building.
Right. So he's in the building at this point.
Okay. And Bouclier, you notice out of the corner of your eye that he seems to have taken his suit off for some reason.
Well, this can't be good.
Okay. Then card time. Let's see here. Bouclier, round 4, I think. Queen, Cygnus,
Joker.
4, and Electron, 6. We're still 7 minutes off from next Benny.
Yeah.
So then, Bouclier, you're up first. What are you doing?
Running. Since there's other things out, so yeah,
You can't re-stunt until. Okay.
Yep. Run. Where's my running? There it is. 10
Okay.
inches.
Oh, nice. So you're able to definitely catch up to and actually run a little past Cygnus.
There we go.
Because as you're making your way up the stairs. Now, I am going to roll something here. Okay. Okay. Now, I think this building, being it in Metro Vancouver, is likely somewhere between 4 stories and I think around 10. It's not going to be skyscraper territory right now. So why don't we do this? Have us roll a 1d7 roll, and we'll add that to 3. That tells us how many stories there are in this building. So he wants to give us a 1d7 plus 3
I got
roll. Okay.
Oh, plus 3. That would be 6.
6. It's a 6-story building to get to the top. So
6 boxes. Here we go.
yeah. So basically, you're gonna have 6. Oh, it's but you do have opportunities to try and reboot your thing. So spirit at -4, please. You're no longer distracted, guys. Also, because you're out of that.
I was going to mention that. Yep.
Yeah, you're out of the field.
Thanks. Yep.
Come on. It's flashing through to alarm. It's flashing through to time zone. It's flashing through to depth. Everything that a teenage kid in the 1980s would want out of a watch.
Yeah.
A calculator comes up.
Except for reboot.
Yeah, except for reboot, exactly. Pac-Man shows up. Bouclier, what are you doing?
Running up the stairs.
Okay. So we'll just roll for the next 3 more rounds before Cygnus. You're at the top. Cygnus, go ahead and give us another spirit roll.
Running.
-4.
Oh.
Not running. We know you guys are running up the stairs.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm saying you've got 3 more rounds until you reach the roof.
Yep. Yeah, but he's got nothing else to do at this point. He's like,
Nothing. And 2 more.
by the way, can a hippo actually run up a standard flight of stairs?
Sure he can.
I think so,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Hippos are actually kind of scary badass.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
they're like adorable looking, but they are
Yeah.
terrifying in the wild.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you piss
I
them
think
off.
you know what, guys. I think it's actually. So I mentioned the Cincinnati Zoo on here before. They've got a rescue hippo named Fritz. I think it's Fritz's birthday today because they posted photos on Friday and they're like, "We won't be here, so an early happy birthday." So happy first birthday, Fritz! Fritz the hippo.
Nice.
Fritz the hippo.
So as you come bursting out, Bukle, you will be the first one up just because you're a little bit faster. You smash onto the roof and you're looking around. I think it's time for me to find that. See if I can find the Vancouver skyline I was looking at before. Did I think to? I did. Look at that, Madison. A plus, buddy. So
There's
while
a
it wasn't
Wendy's in
showing
there,
up
right?
on this page here, I did actually load the.
Well, I think I remember of it as a Wendy's, or was it a?
Oh yeah, that was that Street View. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is. What's going on here? Oh, because we're so zoomed in. Oh, you know what? Hold on. That was the one I said was Calgary. It's not Calgary. There's a fucking giant mountain in the background. Mount Robson. That's fucking Vancouver. I'm an idiot.
I thought it was, but I didn't know. I mean, you're from Canada. You know better.
Apparently, I do not, because I saw the. I saw the tower, and I'm like, oh, it's the fucking. But no, that's not the saddle. The saddle doesn't have those sprues on it. So here we go. So you guys reach the roof. You look out. Yes, we haven't been to Calgary in this game yet, have we?
I don't think we have.
Oh, fantastic! When you guys do come, you're certainly welcome to stay at my place. So, Anna is a great lover of visitors. So, there you go. All right, so you guys get up to the roof. Cygnus, you're still fussing with your watch. That means he has had 3 rounds to try and get the very best stealth roll she can out of this. Why don't you give us a notice check, please?
Notice. -2. Here I come. No, I mean. Notice. Oh yeah, D4. Yep, this is unlikely to be good. Oh my goodness. Well,
It's pretty good though.
I do get a reroll because that is a smarts-based skill.
Oh, nice from your
Genius.
yeah.
yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
Okay. So Bukle, you can see that about 4 blocks away in one direction, it looks like there's a little bit of a popping on a street light. It's daytime, so none of this stuff should be active. That might suggest the direction that she's gone.
Yep.
But Cygnus is in no.
Yeah. He points over that way. He says, "Well, I could just jump off the building and let it damage me. Then I could maybe jump over there, but that's."
You do have some good news. 9:30.
Yeah.
Everybody's spinning.
Yeah. So do you think it's worth it? I mean, you wouldn't be able to. You know what? He's fucking impulsive. He jumps off the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's probably. Let's see here.
Okay. Well, first of all, I mean, he would have some idea if it's going to like kill him as opposed to just hurting him.
Well, it's 6 stories. It'd be 6d6 plus 6 damage.
That's probably, well, that might be about average about 18 plus 6, 24. So what is it? It's every 5 over?
To explode every 4. And if
you know what? He kind of runs towards the edge. And he's like, oh, no.
Yeah, well, you've also got that persisting wound too, right? So like,
yeah.
If you suffered 3 what do you call it, unabsorbed wounds?
Yeah. He basically he kind of like starts towards the edge, looks down, and he's like, God damn it! And he backs up.
Also, I mean, a 2-ton, hero hitting the concrete.
Yeah.
Probably not a safe thing for bystanders too.
Yeah, true.
But
yeah.
All right, so you look over, and that thing is so sparking, and then the light seems to go out once again.
Yep. So, I mean, we know where she probably was. She's not going to be there when we get there.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what we'll do then, guys, we did start a little late today for those listening at home. Well, it's because I fucking slept in. But, why don't we take our, this seems like a good point, take our mid-session break, and then we'll come back and hear what you guys do next.
Yep.
This is where we turn the page, 2-page spread, Saturday morning cartoons.
Yep.
Pat Albert's listed on there. There's the Atari Adventure Hour. So, for those listening home, we'll be back momentarily.
Okay. Oh, but we each have another bounty. Okay.
1.
All right.
Okay. So, with our heroes atop the 6-story structure, with Bouclier electing not to hurl himself off. Oh, and you guys each got a hero point too. So Bouclier, you would have one. All right, hero point. Benny.
Yep. Benny's.
Wrong game, Madison. I can't do anything with that currency. You're giving me rupees in the middle of Cincinnati.
It's not like the pennies have done us a whole lot of good either. So.
So
Let's see.
I think what we can assume is that once you've narratively decided to not pursue her, you finally are able to
Reboot the armor.
and then everything comes back up. Whatever malicious code she put in has finally been defeated. So that's one, just as a narrative or like a meta way of thinking of it. In my mind, there's nothing she couldn't have done the same thing to you, Bouclier, because there's nothing tech about your powers. So she couldn't just stunt that stuff. But with Cygnus, that makes she has an ability called interface, which allows her to interact with computers, and I must have either not noticed it before or not connected. And I'm like, that ain't good.
Yep.
But anyway, so what do you guys do? You can still hear the sound of sirens. It seems like emergency responders are arriving back at the outskirts of the Fornfader facility.
Yeah, we need to.
Need to find out what they took.
Right.
Yeah.
There is one smashed getaway vehicle too. They were only able to get away with one, right?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. There's a Bouclier-sized dent in the in that thing.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you go inside, see what you can find out about what they were after, took, whatever they did in there, and then I could go check out the vehicle, see if I can get any ideas of who made it, how it works, anything like that might give us some clues.
While the what do you call it? The two supervillains got away to the tech gang. There's still many members of that you defeated.
I think I could interrogate one of them too.
Yeah. Okay.
You go, see. Tech Merc.
Mm-hmm.
So, who wants to go first?
Let's see. Bouclier, he actually suggests, how about if I talk to one of the tech mercs first and then go on and let them kind of get their bearings inside a bit before we suddenly start.
Sure.
Because they don't know us from Adam, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So, and then maybe we can both go in together. So Bouclier goes over to one of the tech mercs who...
So as you return back to normal level 2 or normal size, Bouclier, as you do, the thing you're realizing, like, your fucking ribs still hurt.
Yeah.
And like that hasn't happened since before your accident.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh man. He said we need to find myself a doctor too at some point. This is like, I think she broke a rib.
Yeah. I think it was it. Did you suffer that damage? I thought you suffered that damage when you tried to pull yourself out of the adhesive.
it was actually his shoulder.
Oh, right.
I think we said, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, no, man, my shoulder, I think it's dislocated still or something. But, yeah, so he goes and he walks over to attack Merc. He keeps an eye out, like if any of them look like they're starting to stir, he'll go over to that
by the time
one.
you guys get down to the ground level, I imagine the emergency responders have arrived, so there's, paramedics that are dealing with people, there are fire department officials who are kind of surveying the scene, and there are cops who are taking these people into custody.
Okay, so what's like the relationship of cops to supers?
I mean, unless you not necessarily overly positive, but I mean, there isn't a Vancouver equivalent of J. Jonah Jameson,
Okay.
So it will depend on how you kind of approach things, and you guys are not necessarily
well known.
Yeah, just yet.
Okay. So Bouclier is kind of keeping an eye out for...
This is only issue 7, after all.
Yes. So Bouclier is looking for a merc who... there might not be a cop near them, but maybe a first responder.
Okay.
So... Yeah, so he kind of walks over in that direction, and he... the first thing he says is to the responder, he's like, I'm a Bouclier, part of the guard, and he tries to make it not sound like a question, like has the guy heard of him?
Yeah.
He's like, he kind of gauges the response, like if the guy even has heard of him, or
I think it's a male EMS attendant. He looks up at you and he's like, "Are you a wrestler or?"
Superhero.
Oh, okay.
You
Did she push down at points down at the guy who's in cuffs, but being treated? Just, I guess we have you to thank for this.
He kind of tries to gauge if that was if that was like a negative view the way he was saying it, or
why don't you give us a persuasion check?
Sure, a persuasion. Yeah, so he's like. Yeah, then I'll figure out what he says from that.
We'll use that to kind of get a judge of.
Yep. Come on. Nothing. Oh, right. No modifier, right?
No modifier.
All right.
Okay. So your
I saw Cygnus's last one. 3. He's gonna use a penny on that.
Love it. Okay.
He actually has. No, he only has 1 penny.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You guys have been fast and loose. Clearly, I got to take vacations more often because last night we could, apart from John, the guys couldn't keep a hero point to save their life.
Yeah.
Okay, so he it seems like he means it in a like a grateful way.
Okay. Yeah. So we'd like to find a little more information about these guys before they get taken off to jail. Can I just have a moment? Is this one well enough to talk?
He looks at you and kind of looks at him. Looks over at the cops. You're not going to hurt him, right?
No. I mean, no.
Okay. So
Hold on, why is my battery running low?
Tech Merc looks like he is going to he's going to start protesting in a second. Would you like to try to do something to shut him up?
Yeah, he kind of...
Like, even a look of intimidation would be likely sufficient to shut him up.
He kind of looks directly at the guy and says, you know what? All your bosses we took care of. They fled, take care of, same thing, but he says we took care of. You just want to be quiet.
I think hold on, maybe I wasn't clear about what this guy's about to do is jump up and start like, hey, like try and draw attention so he's not being left alone with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He says, he just looks at the guy. He's like, you just stay right there. Nothing.
Okay.
You're gonna get. There's lots of guys around here, but you jump up and we're gonna have a problem.
Why don't you give us an intimidation check? Cygnus, where are you while this is going on?
I was I was going to check out the vehicle. I'm thinking, though, this is fun to watch.
Okay.
I'm thinking that's where he is. He's enjoying just standing there and watching this.
Okay.
Intimidation. That's. I don't seem to have that, actually. Is that
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me make sure it's actually. I think intimidation is.
Maybe that's a persuasion, or that's.
No, because it's. There are two ways you can do this for networking. There's persuasion or intimidation.
Yeah.
Let me double check. But,
yeah, I don't have intimidation, so.
Yeah, intimidation is a skill.
Yeah. You know what? When he kind of sees the guy doing that, he says, "Hey, no, you don't need to. Don't worry, this guy doesn't need to leave." And he's pointing to the first responder. He says,
Yeah.
You can stay right here. Make sure I don't hurt this guy."
Well, here's something else you could try.
Could taunt him, but that's going to get him to talk. Rather, that's what he's planning on doing once he starts talking to him.
Can you think of a way of using taunt against a criminal to prevent him from calling the cops in?
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is that what are you really going to call the cops on me?
Yeah, true. Yeah, he's gonna try to use the taunt on him then.
Okay.
And like I said, depending on how this works out, we'll figure out what the
Success.
Well, still success.
Yeah.
He's like,
Just get a will to resist this because you're kind of doing a test on him.
yeah.
But
He's
criminals
like,
are a cowardly and superstitious
sort.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that is a success.
Yep. He's like, look, first of all, you get those guys over here, they're going to be questioning you. They're going to do that anyway, so maybe we can,
That's
think about it a
persuasion. You're
little
trying to be
more.
too nice, Robert. You're too nice of a
sorry,
guy.
sorry. Yeah. It's like, all right, those guys are just going to, well, what do you think's going to happen if they come over here? And, and what do you think your bosses are going to say if you get the cops interested in you?
So he looks at you, glares at or she, I should say, looks at you, looks at the EMS, and just kind of clams up.
Yeah.
Sits back down, arms cuffed behind her back.
Yeah. Since when did you guys want help from those guys anyway?
So then, I think the paramedic, as you move, you kind of wince and grab your arm, and paramedic looks at you. He's like, wait a minute, are you injured?
Yeah, I think dislocated.
Hold on. Let me, Robert, give us a 1D, a 1D8 roll, please.
Sure. Six.
There you go. Nice. Resets your shoulder so you can get rid of that wound.
Okay. Now, sorry, and when it says I wanted to say 3 of 3 wounds, right? Or I want to say
0 of 3.
3.
You haven't taken wounds yet.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not hit points.
Yep. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Because each wound you take will give a penalty.
That's right. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So sets that. All right. So you're feeling better. Like, holy shit. That's
Yep.
Then what are you doing next?
Kind of stands over, not like not 1 foot on either side, but he's like standing over the guy, and he says, don't get up.
Girl.
The girl says, don't get up. But he's just like kind of like, and he knows she remembers what he looked like when he got bigger,
And she's Sicario?
Like, yeah. He's trying to bulk up a little bit, but he says, all right, why were you here?
Okay.
I'm not telling those guys. We just want to know. We just want to know what you guys were after.
Sure. Why don't you give us a persuasion check, please?
Yeah.
See how this goes over. Oh, and I need to make a resistance. Okay. A success, but not a raise.
Yep.
You want to Benny that?
I don't think I can. Oh, yeah, I can.
Take someone. You haven't spent that.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
And I have to take it though.
No. With this one, you take one of the either way.
Yeah.
So that is a success, still not a raise, unfortunately.
Yep.
Okay. So she sputters out that, look, they were Alchemist and Electron hired us for this. It was a short last-minute thing. They hired us on. I don't know anything more about why.
Well, we could have figured that out. I mean, you aren't going to be working for them unless they hired you.
You're missing out on something that she said.
Oh, wait. Short term?
And last minute.
Last minute. Okay. All right. Last minute, huh? Like, how last minute? Like, when, from the time that you were hired to the time you came here, was it like immediate?
I think, unless you change tactics here, you didn't get a raise. You're not going to get much more.
Yeah.
What you can do is the way I always rule, using the same skill more than once is just changing of circumstance, right? If you can come up.
No, he's gonna switch to taunt, and he's gonna say to her, "Well, obviously you weren't very good at it. It's you don't even know what you were here for, and any other information. I mean."
So with taunt, I'm going to require a raise for you to to be able to. I mean, you're better, just because it's a.
Yep.
It's a little more. Ooh. Nope. So unfortunately, she doesn't. Yeah.
She doesn't rise to the bait. All right. It's like, all right, well, you've been a great help. Fun to fight you. Hope not to see you again. And he waves over at the the first responder. Says, "I think I'm done here." But he looks over at Cygnus. Says, "Got anything that you could talk to this girl about?"
No, but I know what I need to do right now.
All right.
I need to spend a Benny.
Yeah.
And do a power stunt.
Or?
Because I still have 2 wounds.
Ooh,
so I need to try and stunt my regeneration for my little nanobots to try and heal me up.
Okay. So I think that is a focus roll with
Yeah. This will not work. This will not end well. Yeah, like I said.
Well, but you got 2. Remember, it's a non-combat one, so because you're using super science, you've got 4 more rounds with it.
Yeah, but I failed my focus roll, Kevin.
Right? No, but you roll the focus roll to stunt it. You roll the focus roll to trigger it for regeneration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you still have 4 more rounds, 4 more efforts, or a chance to make that roll. So go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Let's try that one more again. There it is. Nope.
Okay. 3 more rounds. There you go. Damn. And that heals 2 wounds.
Awesome.
So clearly there's still some bad code that was drifting around in your thing, but then you finally activate it, and
I think that was your second success, because you managed to get your flight back for a brief period.
Yeah, finally.
Okay. Now we're turning the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got this thing up, and you activate the the healing subroutines, and you're able to get yourself healed up. And you can see Bouclier seems to have given up with this girl. What would you like to do next?
Let's see. I still want to go check out the vehicle. I still think there's something maybe to be learned from it.
Okay.
So I want to go over there and check it out. Let's see. What am I exactly trying to look for? I guess the first thing to look at is maybe like the material it's made out of, and then maybe what kind of propulsion system it has. I think that's what he's.
Like, are you searching? What is it? What's the information you're trying to get out of that?
I'm trying to. Okay, so it's kind of like is it common or uncommon? Because the more uncommon it is, the easier it is to trace the source.
Yeah, that's going to be. This is standard, super villain. Yeah, that kind of stuff is not going to be. It's all like it'll be from some black market, engineer that populates these kinds of settings.
All right. Yeah, no, I get it. Okay. Then yeah, I guess we need to go inside and start talking to people. We got to figure out what they were after.
There still may be some other stuff, I think, that might be more germane to that. Can you think of anything else that might be in that vehicle? Because, like, looking at the characteristics of the vehicle aren't necessarily... Now, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
If it had some sort of nav system, it would have a starting point, i.e. where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's try and do that. Let's see.
Okay. So unfortunately, you don't have any bennies left to be able to activate that something like interface. I mean, that would be a really helpful thing to have. You know, it really would have been a good thing.
In 1 minute, he will.
If you had any kind of Benny that would allow you to be able to interface directly with it through some kind of super science thing, that might be a really useful ability. It's a shame that you're not going to have any more PowerPoints coming to be able to develop any kind of new ability in the next little while. But if you did have that kind of thing, it might be a useful way of looking at it. And if you did have the that kind of thing, although I suppose if we did use some optional rolls, you could try and re-spend some of your PowerPoints, but I am really loath of taking advantage of that stuff because it sometimes can be abusive. And if you do have access to a Benny, though, that probably... Oh, look at that! 10 o'clock, you get a Benny.
There we go.
You might have gone to law school.
Yeah. Using those obfuscation tactics.
It's almost like I'm paid by the hour.
Yeah.
All right, would you like to spin a Benny? And each of you guys get a Benny, so you can spin a Benny to use your super science for interface.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then, what do you think it looks like as you activate that power?
Let's see. Okay, so there's something similar to a dashboard of some shape, form, or fashion. Okay. So he walks over and he lays his hand on it, and it's a little bit. I mean, it looks kind of visually a little bit like the liquid metal concept, but it's more. If you think about it, if you ever remember Warlock in the New Mutants, it's got a little jaggedness to it. Okay. And the little nanobots kind of jaggedly come out and then kind of seep into the dashboard.
Okay. So then this will grant you a +2 to electronics and hacking rolls. And it also gives you +2 for thievery. I think I'm going to make you... I'm going to ask you to make a... do you have thievery?
I do not have thievery. I have electronics and hacking.
So the first thing you need to do is actually disable the sort of the physical security they've got on it. So that'll be a thievery check, which will be untrained for you, but you get a +2 to it thanks to your interface.
Yeah, basically it's a D4 roll.
Okay. Well, +2.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and roll untrained at +2. Remember, don't put the plus sign in.
Damn it.
Now, Bouclier, are you trained in thievery?
No.
You could then make an unskilled roll to try and support Cygnus, because if you get all he needs is for you to succeed, you're not taking a penalty.
Sure. Okay, so unskilled, it's just a D4, right?
Just roll unskilled. It's the first skill listed on your character sheet.
Oh, okay. Got it. D4 -2. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Come on. Oh, and then where the heck did the pop-up go?
I've played that game before.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Pop-up. There we go.
Oh.
You want to Benny that?
Nope. Yes. Okay. Although he has another thing in mind, but he'll go ahead and do this. I have faith that Kev could BS for another 28 minutes if needed. Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right.
So unfortunately, there is some kind of physical security on this, and you're not able to access it yet. But perhaps if you took it with you, you may be able to take or if you can think of some other way of changing the circumstances here. There's something physically preventing you from accessing the mechanism or the flight log or the ship's computer or fighters. You know, you want to take it with you, or you want to
Could I? Well, okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Once again, so could I maybe like get up in the vehicle, kind of maybe look under the dashboard, look at the wiring harnesses and everything, see if I can identify what might be causing the problem using like a notice check or something?
It won't be notice. It'll be the same thing, but I will let you try again with thievery.
Okay.
Okay. See if there's another way of going down. So you get it underneath and kind of pull the...
Yeah, looking around, seeing if there's any kind of kill switch or anything like that.
So give us a thievery. Oh my, that is a fail.
Yeah, that's bad stuff.
Okay, that means the anti-tamper mechanism would activate. You cannot. Oh, let's roll a little bit of a damage here. Here. Oh, how about I roll? Out of practice. That doesn't get through your armor, I take it, right? It's 18?
Doesn't get through the toughness, no, sir.
So this would have killed any normal person for sure. And there's going to, like, everyone who's around, all the emergency responders and whatnot, are going to, trying to figure out what happened. You fly out of the smoke, and yeah, unfortunately that is slagged.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of?
I'm trying to think. Let me think.
Okay. Buklia, you said you had another plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, he's looking around to see if there's any. He wants to look inside of the building. Sorry, the. Oh God, what was his name? The.
Foreign Fader?
Fader.
Yeah, he wants to go and look inside that building where they went into, and what he's looking for initially is to see if anybody's down and not being helped at the moment. And he wants to grab, like, if they have a ID card or something, like a lanyard.
Yeah. Okay. Are you thinking of? So you don't have leaping at default, right? Like your normal land movement. Okay. So, that means you're either going to need to use like stealth in order to sneak past the first responders, whatnot, in order to get into the building, or try and persuade them that you should be able to gain access to a crime scene, or bamboozle them, I guess.
Yeah. So what he's looking for, so what he's hoping to do is find somebody who's either been helped but still has a lanyard on them, and maybe is knocked out because of that he could just lift the lanyard from. His plan is he knows he doesn't look like an employee really. He's hoping that with the confusion and everything, he can just kind of flash it real quick, thumb over the picture maybe a little bit of the employee. And
just like a luchador. Okay, so let's do this. Why don't you first give us a thievery roll? Okay. That's what you use.
I don't have thievery, so that's unskilled.
Yeah.
Okay. He is impulsive.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's right. And then of any games, do you go in and you're looking around and you try and you grab onto one of the things and it kind of comes away. And you're like, you let it go, whack, goes back. They don't notice. Fortunately, you didn't get a crit fail on it.
Yeah.
But that didn't seem to be successful.
Okay. So he's also he was what he was planning on doing with it was if he saw somebody who looked really panicked or who worked there, go up to them and have the card in a position that they could at least see it, and say, dude, what happened? I just got here. Just see if the guy would blurt it out. But yeah, so he's so.
I think again, you're in a luchador mask with wrestling tights on.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult.
No, I know.
Are you new in the office? I've never seen you here before.
Yeah.
But you never know. That's what raises are for, though, right? So if that's what his effort is, give us a persuasion check. Let's see if it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But of course he doesn't have it now, so it's
I don't think that's the thing. That's the real barrier for his.
I see. It's oh, there we go. We got a raise.
All right, so someone, there's some panicked woman. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
There is someone who has their eyes bandaged up. because
Okay.
they were clearly injured, and you kind of see like,
Yeah. Ooh.
and you make your way over. It's that classic, a TV or cinema thing or a film thing where the first responders step away from this person who's sitting at in the entrance to an ambulance.
Yep.
Their eyes are all bandaged up, and you're able to walk over. What do you say?
Yes. So he goes over. He says, "It's like, man, I just got to the building. I'm late, but what the hell happened? I heard they took something. They some people took something. What they take?
Oh, they got. It was. Are you in material sciences?
Yes. Yeah. It's like, but they took it from there.
Well, yeah, in our department, the bonding substance, that catalyst. I don't know how they learned about it. We haven't even published on it yet. No one knows about this apart from the company.
Jesus, I can't believe they took that. Like for a moment, he was about to say, "Can you tell me more about what it does?" But if he works there, it's probably not AI.
He did roll pretty well, and she does seem a little out of it.
Yeah, so it's like that's not exactly I work there, but it's like I heard about it. What does it do exactly? I mean, you said bonding. It just like sticks.
Well, it's experimental, but it's all the research and results we had for bonding uncommon surfaces. It was going to revolutionize things.
Like uncommon surfaces? Like you mean two things that aren't the same?
Two things that aren't the same in a way that attaches and holds at the molecular level.
Whoa, dude.
And I think just nod, yes, dude.
Definitely in Vancouver.
Yeah. So do we have man, I can't wait to see that. And it's like, he's just thinking about this in general, and he's like, man, that's cool stuff. But
I don't understand
backups,
how
right?
they. I just don't understand how they knew. We haven't published. We haven't circulated the research. It was at a preliminary enough stage that we only had a couple of very experimental samples. It happened so quick. And it says hi.
They knew right where it was. Like, did they go right to it?
They knew right, third floor, our office. They seemed to know precisely where to go and what to access.
Okay. Well, you get better. It's like I can't wait to see you back up there again. Maybe we actually work together at some point.
She looks up and she says, "Thanks. What was your name again?"
Fred. And he goes up the.
As she walks away, she's like, "Fred."
He was hoping that she'd think like if there's a Fred there or something, but he would make it obviously sound like a third floor.
So, I mean, that's consistent with as you step away, you can see it's the third story is where the hole was in the building.
Yeah. And Cygnus, where's Cygnus at the moment? Has he come in yet? Or...
Cygnus is as I think maybe this is when you hear that explosion, and then he comes out from underneath the thing.
Okay.
So you guys have an opportunity to talk to one another.
Yeah. Yeah. So he lets him know what it's about. It's like, why would they need something to bond two uncommon things together, and then at a molecular level?
Each give us a common knowledge roll, if you like.
Okay.
Yeah. Guess he could have asked her that, but it's still like common knowledge. D4.
Oh man.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, what are the abilities you've seen the alchemist use?
Well, yeah, he had something like that because he tried to stick somebody.
Yeah, well, he stuck me down. Yeah, he stuck me down pretty hard.
Yeah.
And what was the stuff? It was it wasn't. Yeah, for some reason I had in my head it was an energy field, but now remembering it was a
Yeah, like Pace
So
Pop Pete style.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not a gun, but it's devices on his. Honestly, he looks kind of like oh gosh, it's not. There's a shitty character that was an Elder of the Universe called the Annihilator that was introduced in the 90s with those backpack with power things that cords come over to his hand and he can shoot shit. That's kind of what Alchemist looks like.
Okay. Right.
But that's what he used. Here's.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like shit, if that had like bonded to my skin or something, maybe that's.
Yeah, like from what you know, Alchemist is a tech villain that has that kind of. He definitely, one of the things that he makes use of is adhesives, though he does tend to be, from what you've heard, it's more of a speculative science area because he does take. Apparently, he takes his name name from his legacy, dating back to French alchemists. He's kind of like a combination of Diablo and Pace Pop Pete.
Yeah, I remember Diablo.
Yeah, maybe what's.
He said at one point that it was his worst character he introduced because he made it up the night before. They were on a deadline. They're like, I don't know, what's a good word for someone who's evil? Diablo. I agree, though. Awesome fucking character. Great visual. So.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense he'd go after it. Make more of it. I mean, hell, if that stuff would like, if he's thinking about like bonding it to human flesh or whatnot, that'd be like even harder to get out of. But he could do pretty much anything with that. He like pauses for a moment because this whole time he's been thinking it has something to do with the with everything else we've seen so far. But there's no connection, is there? I mean, like, no connection with the other shit we were looking at. The Wendigos, the ship.
What? I mean, the way they're describing this, it seems different than what he uses. I'm wondering if, I don't know, if they're going to use this to combine some of the things they've been stealing. Maybe it's some sort of meta material.
What makes you think that this theft is related to any of the museum thefts?
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like now that he's just starting to think about this, he's like, because we heard that somebody stole something right after this, and so his instinctive reaction was, okay, this has to be something related, just because he was in that mode. And now he's just asking, is there any There doesn't seem to be any connection. He's not.
It's been a few weeks, or it's been a month since we played last, but the last thing you guys saw was this was on the news. You saw that this theft at Fort and Fader was on the news.
I mean, the only connection is Fort and Fader.
What else do you know about the theft itself? This one.
I mean, from the interrogation, it was quickly
put together,
meaning maybe they just learned of this, or it's something that they just recently got, right? If it was put together quickly, it could be something that the employees had just recently gotten, or it could be maybe one of the two.
He thinks, you know what? Maybe sounds like maybe this was an inside job. Somebody on the inside told Alchemist about this.
And I was gonna say you were interrogating them, and she's like, they hadn't published anything about it yet.
So what is the only, if you are to put a connection, what's the only connection this has to anything you guys have been investigating thus far?
Foreign fighter, just the person.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a weird coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. See, that's where my mindset's coming from.
Yep.
I'm thinking it's related simply because it's him. That's just the way I think of it.
You think we should see if we can get in far enough to take a look at the lab?
We need to find whoever's in charge, quite honestly. And that's who we need to hobnob with.
Yeah.
Let's see. We met with Form Fader, right?
Not yet.
We haven't? Oh, for some reason I thought we had a meeting with him. Okay, never mind.
No, you were... Form Fader is... Here.
Yep.
The Scandinavian descended Canadian billionaire.
So yeah, I think okay, let me think for a second. So they had some sort of material science research department here. So that would be something that might be of interest to Cygnus just as a scientist. So I would think maybe he could think of maybe any papers he's read where somebody was connected to this institution.
If you mentioned papers, Bouclier would be able to tell you that they've said they haven't published anything on this yet.
Yeah, they haven't published anything on this.
I know not on this, but I was thinking trying to find a scientist who might have worked on it directly here that I at least know of.
Yeah, sure.
That's kind of what I was going for. Somebody that I can at least find a name and go, okay, I've read this dude's stuff. Let me go talk to him.
Sure. Why don't you give us a science roll?
Okay.
Let's see if you can... You're kind of a genius. And that is one of your intelligence ones, so you can...
Yeah, it's a smart one. I was going to say, I read it, and I didn't know if it really only applied to fails or applied in general.
No, I think, let's take a look here. Genius is the ability, right?
Yes, genius is the ability.
Okay.
I don't think it specifies, so I just wasn't sure.
You get a free reroll, and rerolls never... unless you roll a crit fail, you don't have to take the reroll. You can always choose between, so your choice. I'll take that, or you're going to fish for a raise?
Yeah, let's see if we can get a raise. Nope.
Okay.
But at least I got a success.
Yeah, so what that tells us, I think, is you're able to identify the name of one of the scientists who you think would work here, or scientists and engineers who works here, but you don't have any connection with them.
Right.
So you would know a name to ask for, at least.
Yeah, that's. I think that's what he's going to do.
Okay.
I think Cygnus is going to go. I mean, they've obviously got some sort of reception information, something, and he can go up and ask to speak to Dr. Scratch and Sniff.
Let's see here. Okay, it is Dr. Lena Byrne is who you are.
Okay.
Who you're going to be. I'll put that in chat for you. Okay. So if you ask around, why don't you give us a persuasion check there?
Sure.
So this is going to be a networking opportunity for you.
Come on, baby.
There you go.
Okay.
Got a success.
So, with a little bit of asking around, you find there is a woman who looks like she's in her maybe 50s, late 40s, early 50s, short blonde hair, glasses, like not maybe a little on the plump side, And she seems to be talking to a fair amount of people and giving some directions and whatnot, and speaking to one of the looks like one of the more in charge emergency responders. You know, it's a fireman with a military style cap on, and a cop standing there too with a military style cap on. Like officer's cap, what I mean. And as she's talking to them, you see she's also got a phone in her hand too that seems to be open. So looks like someone in charge trying to deal with an emergency. And that matches. You can see in your holographic display, you might see like there's a profile on the Form Fader site, of Dr. Byrne.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Let's see. I'm gonna just walk up there. I mean, that's I gotta find out the information. I'm trying to think about secret identities.
I believe you have a secret identity.
Yeah, I do. So I'm trying to determine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just.
Yeah, both you guys have secret IDs.
Because I was thinking, hey, I'm Doctor such and such, and I'm like, I've got a secret identity. I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what he'll do. He's going to walk up in the armor and ask Dr. Byrne if he could talk to her about whatever was stolen from the facility.
So you walk up, and she looks. And one of the police. Yeah, you rolled pretty well in your persuasion. So the police officer, when you walk over, says, hey, I just want to thank you for stopping, or trying at least to stop them from getting away.
I wish we could have done a better job, sir. We really tried to figure out what they were taking and why. That's what I'm still looking into, so that we can get this back where it's supposed to be.
Well, we were just talking about that. He looks over at Dr. Byrne. There's some kind of research into some special material that they seem to be taking. Is that right, Doctor? She kind of looks, she's a little nonplussed about him talking openly about it, and she says, that's effectively it. Yes, that's right.
Well, I happen to be a bit of a scientist myself. What kind of material are we talking about, Doctor?
She looks and a scientist, eh? Well, I think you can appreciate then that the material we're talking about is something that is proprietary. It's a bonding process, though.
So this is something you developed, not discovered, is that correct?
That's right.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So, can you tell me, is it liquid? Is it solid? Is it
It's a process.
gaseous? So it's a process unto itself. So it's more of a machine?
No, it's a process of introducing different enzymes and materials in order to generate a response.
Okay. All right. So we're talking about some sort of biomaterial.
No, it's not biological.
So it's purely chemical then?
Correct. What kind of science did you say you studied?
I have a doctorate in applied mathematics and experimental physics from the University of Cambridge.
So, are you lying about that, or is that what your actual...
That is actually, that's part of his background. He did his undergrad in Canada.
The reason I ask is because as soon as you say that, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know. That is still a big deal. There are still a lot of people that have those.
Yeah. Well, I think that the two kind of look as again your secret identity. There ain't going to be a whole lot of people. So, Bouclier, you may clue into the fact like, oh, he's giving away stuff about himself.
Yeah. Yep.
There is news crews here. I wonder if they overheard that.
No, they didn't. Hey, don't think from that man in the black mask.
Yeah.
So what do you say next?
Let's see here. So I definitely have some knowledge of material science in general. So
All right.
I'm curious.
She says, I'm sorry, and the phone rings and she picks it up and she steps away and is taking a call. They, the police chief and the police, officer and the the officer from the fire department both stop, while she's waiting. And she's like, they say like, right in the middle of Vancouver, they're doing this stuff. They're experimenting with this kind of stuff. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, science is science, industry is industry.
Mm-hmm.
The real question is it inherently dangerous, and why was it taken? That's the real question in my mind.
They both sort of nod knowingly. While she's on the phone, anything you guys wish to do?
Let's see here. Let me look real quick.
We could pass along the info to her that this appeared to have been done kind of on the spur of the moment, and ask if they might want to look at emails that were just like sent.
Yeah, and I think that's a good question. Is asking her, was this a recent breakthrough or what?
Did somebody maybe get fired?
Yeah.
Did somebody...
Yep, those are good questions.
Yeah.
Last half hour, everyone gets a Benny.
Woohoo!
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm immediately going to spend it.
Yeah.
I want to do a stunt for interface, and I want to see if I can eavesdrop on that call she's getting.
Okay.
Nice.
So why don't you give us a hacking roll then?
All right.
Are you trained in hacking?
I am trained. I picked it up. I'm only a D4 right now, but I am trained.
Okay, good. So you have plus
I
2.
can re-roll it. Oh, but I don't
Look
need
at that. All right. So what you'll get out of that as well is not only, and that actually doesn't include the plus 2 from interface, so that would be a 12. That's actually 2 raises. So what you're going to get out of this is, you can hear now the voice. She's talking to Eric Fornfader.
Thought she might be.
Who's asking about what's going on. And with your raise, you've also got his number, whatever, at least the number he's calling from.
Contact.
From that as well. And what he's asking about is, there's a lot of like, how could this have happened? Kind of stuff. Like, they've kept everything secret. They've kept everything. He seems pretty pissed about this.
Okay.
Not at her, mind you. But
Just
he's asking some of the same questions that they're going to be, he tells them to expect a call from the Fornfader security. Kind of, they're effectively kind of like the Mike Ehrmantraut of Fornfader's thing. It's a Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul reference.
Okay.
There's a great scene where he like basically points out the flaws in someone's security by just going in and like breaking in and making off with some chemicals from this massive global chemical producer. But anyway, so like their sort of corporate security guy is going to show up and conduct the investigation to figure out if there's anything that came from inside. Your perception is, your notice is what, a D6 or a
D6? Yes,
D6?
sir.
Okay, give me a sec here. This will be a secret roll.
Okay.
You're fairly confident that there's nothing. This seems like a genuine surprise, and the emotion he's showing on the call seems genuine, and she seems equally angry as well. Like they seem. She doesn't seem like her like an underling groveling to a boss kind of thing.
Right.
But I mean, like, people who are competent in their jobs, and secure in their employment or the ability to find alternate employment, don't act like that. So she seems equally invested in your mind in finding out how the hell this happened.
is she? Well, I guess either of them. But is she saying anything specific about? I mean, she's using any name for this process. Is she talking anything about like the security measures they had in place, or if there was a specific security measure that failed?
It's a code thing, and I mean, really, the security measure that they seem to have in place was only through a secure server, through like the standard corporate, security kind of stuff, and also just traditional, like not publishing, not talking about their research.
Right.
All that stuff is having a what do you call it? Not a secured loop, like a closed system as well.
Okay,
So like you can't access where they supply all the stuff. You can't access it from online.
Yeah. Okay.
She finishes up a call and then turns and comes back.
So did any of this get relayed to Bouclier, or probably not because you were too focused on listening?
Yeah, he was just more listening at this point.
Okay. So Bouclier sees her coming and says, one note, and so he didn't know what you were hearing, but it might actually be kind of useful, is this looks like this was a really quickly put together thing. Like one of the mercs out there said that they basically got hired like very shortly ago. She wouldn't tell me how quickly, but like there might still be information, or I think you might have an inside job somewhere. Like, did anybody get fired? Did anybody, if you have any email records, you might want to look at the emails recently, stuff like that.
Why don't you give us a persuasion roll there, quickly?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to Benny that for fish for a raise, or keep your Benny?
He will go ahead and Benny that, since I don't know I'll have anything else for her. Reroll.
Let's see.
Nope.
Okay, so 5. So good. So she looks in. She nods. Says, "Corporate security, a foreign fader, corporate security will have this well in hand." Thank you.
He looks over at Cygnus. He doesn't actually know what he was doing, but sees if he has anything else to add.
Okay. It does appear that there is you will also find out that there is a hazardous material team that's going to come in to make sure the place is secure and whatever else too. Anna!
Actually, Bouclier asks her, since at least she seemed relatively, I mean, he got through a little bit, he said, what's the, like, what kind of weapons? I know you don't want to give me specifics, but the stuff has just been taken. What would like a weapon type effect, or what's like the worst possible effect you could expect somebody to do with the material that they took?
So she looks at you. Unfortunately, I don't think you rolled quite well enough to get that kind of stuff. So she looks at you. She looks at the officers and she says, "Yeah, are they with you?" And the police are kind of like, "Well, no, but I think they're concerned citizens."
Mm-hmm.
And she shakes her head and says, "Fine. If I have an entire lab that has been destroyed that I need to deal with, is there anything else you need from me?" Speaking to the police officer in the fire department, they're like, "No, doctor. We'll be in touch if need be." So she turns and she looks at the two of you. She's not rude, but she's certainly not friendly. And then we'll leave.
Okay.
So, Cygnus, Bouclier does not know about the call that you listened in on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's. Excuse
me. Bouclier says, "Sorry, I think I blew that."
No, you're fine. I do have more information than we had before.
Okay.
I think we ought to head back to the. Sanctum.
Raven's Crag?
Yeah, Raven's Crag. We probably ought to head back to Raven's Crag and maybe do a little more research and see what else we might be able to figure out. It's a shame that we weren't able to stop at least one of them. But I think that's our best course of action right now.
Okay.
I agree.
So a quick text message to Dr. Caliburn, and the big ring appears, leading you into the foyer of Ravenscrag. And you guys are back. Did I not? Oh, I must have not brought it over.
Oh, yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. Well, I can do that quickly. To the transmogrifier.
I was just reading Calvin and Hobbes sequence about that.
That's great stuff. There's oh man, they did a Behind the Bastards did a 2-part thing on Scott Adams last 2 weeks ago. It was really very, very funny, but also really interesting.
Yeah.
Did you know he tried to make a burrito? The dill burrito?
No.
Yeah. And what the dill burrito, they tried to make basically a microwavable kind of like fast food style vegetarian food. But they crammed so many like vegetables and minerals and like all the stuff into this thing. It caused such catastrophic intestinal distress.
Yes.
They said within eating a third of it, you would start farting uncontrollably. And if you ate the whole thing, people described having diarrhea so bad they felt they were shitting their brains or the capillaries out of their ass.
Nice. Well, don't tell my son that. He'd at least try it for the farting effect.
Yes, the dill burrito it was a wildly unsuccessful endeavor, so it is no longer available on the market. That just fucking made me laugh. Here we go. Air is Ravenscrag. So, when you guys step back through, you have Dr. Caliburn waiting. Still no sign of... I mean, what's his name? Mind Warp had left that message behind, and you haven't yet to see Warlock again. But as he steps through, Suzanne, or this is Dr. Caliburn, things in Vancouver, are they resolved?
Well, define resolved. we did not catch the two masterminds behind this. We know who they are. They call themselves the Alchemist, and did they use the name Electron?
I think you guys identified her as like kind of a...
The Alchemist and Electron. They managed to get away. And he kind of looks over at Cygnus. He says, "What the fuck did she do to you, by the way?" It's like it. I didn't see anything, but you suddenly dropped. Like he's just asking, like, what did she actually do to you to effectively take away your powers?
Oh, yeah. She was some sort of nullifying electrical effect. Shorted out.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. He's like, well, good old muscle. And he beats like basically a long flabby roll of skin that isn't muscle at the moment. And he said, well, and then he said, yeah, we couldn't catch either of them, but got some information.
Yeah, we definitely got some information.
You said, and this is Dr. Caliburn once again, you said the Alchemist was involved.
Yes, our guess, he looks at Bouclier, looks at Cygnus, who's like, our guess is that he was interested in a substance they were producing over at that building that they stole from, Von Vader's building. Bonds at a molecular level between pretty much any two objects, from what I can tell.
Well,
and then he says, and there was something about enzymes and whatnot, which kind of flew over my head a bit, and he kind of looks over at Cygnus for... Even
Yeah, they're
though
working on some
Bouclier
sort of-
has more of a chemistry background.
Yeah, I
that's
love
still-
that he's just like
yeah,
not
yeah.
very good at
No,
like I don't know, it's over my head. I'm like, wait, didn't
Yeah,
you consume
Yeah.
an experimental substance you put together? Eh.
Yeah, I don't know anything at the molecular level. What are you talking about?
So Dr. Caliburn says, well, that's curious. Alchemist from his name is Nicolas Foucault. He is from a family of alchemists, and his work contains no small amount of magical components. What you would consider gestures to Cygnus, certainly outside the realm of the normal sciences. And Electron is her striking against a corporate entity is no surprise. That is part of her typical modus operandi. But the two of them to work together and to have planned the heist, I could see why the two of them would go together. And you say it was a substance to bond. That also seems an obvious plot or an obvious target for him. Anything else you learned?
Just that it was put together really, really quickly.
Yeah, they.
Really?
Yeah, the Mark said that they were hired. I don't recall the exact word she used, but it sounded like it. My guess was probably within a day or so of actually doing it.
Mhm.
That's curious.
So we think it might have been an inn, and a woman I talked to who worked there said they knew right where to go. So I'm thinking inside job.
Was there anything? Were they displaying something? Was there some lack in or drop in security? Was there some other reason why it would be easier to perform today than any other?
That we couldn't get out of them.
Well, that's curious. Then why, if they had learned of it and there was no imminent transportation of it or any other vulnerability in security, why rush to perform the robbery so soon?
Maybe they just know that it's it's a very useful, would be very useful in some other plan that they have.
And that might be the case. What was it that was stolen?
It is some sort of chemical catalyst process for bonding materials.
It's a substance then.
Yes, it's some sort of chemical substances. She referred to it as a process. That's the best I could get out of.
So is it a process or is it a substance?
That's a good question. The way I understand it is a substance. There are enzymes involved which promote a chemical reaction of some sort. It's non-biological in nature.
Bouclier says, actually, she said something more like it creates enzymes. So maybe it's not enzymes themselves. Maybe it creates enzymes based on the two materials that are being bonded.
If it's a process and not a substance, then why steal it? It hasn't been brought to market?
No, they haven't.
In fact, there's no published studies.
Mhm.
They haven't
Wait,
published anything.
there's no published studies on this.
That's why we think it was an inside job.
And why we think it was a fairly recent development. This is most likely something they have been working towards for some amount of time.
But even if it
And they
was an
recently
inside
had-
job, why do it on an impulse? Why do it when there was no specific vulnerability, when the process was still in an experimental, not even published on? Why do it so soon?
Well, you got two options. Either it was something they had been watching and anticipating, and as soon as they knew they had it available, they went after it, which explains the hastiness. Or they knew they needed it for something.
Or there's a third alternative we have not identified yet.
What would that be?
I know not. But if it wasn't, was it in a prototype state?
I think
We didn't
so.
get anything specific on that. I would say it was past the prototype stage because at least they knew it worked. You know, prototype isn't always replicable. But the interpretation I got is this was something they had used at least more than once, had verified the results.
So unless they had it at a stage where it was ready to be shared with others, or to be moved towards whatever their intended purpose was with this, why strike so soon?
Like I said, that's the first thing I think of is it was just recently developed, they found out about it, or they had been waiting for it. They had been waiting and watching until it was
But again,
past the prototype stage to stable.
did they tell you that that was the case?
No, we could not get a lot of information out of them at all.
Well, it does sound like something that you may need to learn more of Foreign Fader.
Most definitely.
Curious that his name comes up once again.
Yes.
There was nothing unnatural about the research being performed. Nothing as what you found in Winnipeg.
No, as far as we know.
Yeah. I mean, the woman we talked to seemed like a standard egghead scientist. He looks over at Cygnus and says, sorry.
While Foucault is perhaps unwittingly a sorcerer in some capacity through his science, he does, and his kind, view what they do as science, not as magic.
Right.
So there is no mystical connection between the two of them, and Electron, her gifts are more akin to Bouclier's than the arcane. What do you propose to do next?
It's a good question. I would really like to get into their computer systems, honestly, in some shape, form, or fashion. I have a couple of ideas on running that down. That's the first thing I can think of, because we really need to figure out what this is. What does it do? What can it do? Because I think that's going to give us more information on who would steal it for why, for what purpose.
Might I suggest a more direct route?
Fair enough.
You're the heroes who tried to thwart a robbery at a Foreign Fader facility. Why not use that publicity and try and meet with the man himself?
That's doable. We could do that. Because where was his headquarters, Kevin?
His headquarters was located in St. John's, Newfoundland.
Yep, Newfoundland. Okay. Yep. I'm going to write that down so I don't ask it again, hopefully.
I think I got a handout actually for it.
Oh?
Oh, maybe it was hold on. It might have been a page. I don't. Oh yeah, it's right here. St. John's. So, if you, Dr. Caliburn can reach out to them. He sort of works as your PR guy as well. So he could reach out and see if they can have a meeting with you and him. A public kind of thank you.
Yep.
Would that interest you?
Yes.
Yeah, that would get us to him.
Yeah.
I will make those inquiries. But remember, there is much more to that man than he appears.
No doubt.
Then, with him leaving and you guys in the foyer of Raven's Crag, I think we bring this session or issue to a close. So, guys, congratulations on semi-thwarting the robbery.
It's okay. It's okay. Heroes need to take hits and then figure out how to deal with it later.
All right. So then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for issue 7 of our ongoing Savage Supers campaign, The Guard. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, there is a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where all of us are active, and we have channels there dedicated to Savage Worlds, to every other campaign we run on the channel, for the most part, as well as a ton of other great channels. There's a terrific community that is built up over there, and you are more than welcome to join us over there. In addition, there's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have a terrific selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they do not have something that you have in stock or that you would like in stock, you can often put it on a want list, and they will send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a $10 purchase through their website or more, be sure to enter the code SUMMERMUSER, all caps, all one word, and you will save yourself 10% on your purchase. There's also a link down below to the something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really amazing organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries at the time of recording. All donations that go through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. Just goes to benefit the kids who benefit from their services. And it's a small way of saying thank you. If you've donated $10 or more since June 1st, 2023, then you will be able to vote on the remaining 2 sessions of our year-long charity campaign, the Year of Ill Omens. You can find more information about that over on the Charity Initiatives channel of the Dungeon Musings Discord server. But for now, we need to wrap up this because I have a session, our 4th session of the Year of Ill Omens. We're going to be playing that in 2 hours' time. So the donors have voted on the components for that, and we'll be playing a session using Modifius Entertainment's outstanding Acton Cthulhu RPG to play a session set in the 1970s in Berlin, with our heroes playing American soldiers who are part of the Berlin Brigade, serving as guards at Spandau Prison. So, 1975, Spandau Prison. I wonder if it's a busy job. So for those, otherwise we'll be, for those listening at home, again, all donations through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. Voting for our next charity session, which will be in September, we'll be starting in a couple of weeks' time. So you'll be able to vote on what game we use, what kind of players we're playing, what time we're playing in, and where we're playing. So lots of great ways that you can have not only help out some kids who could really use some help, but also help shape the last 2 sessions of our Year of Ill Omens. Last thing I will say is a huge thank you in our letters column here to the stalwart players from today. So Robert and Will, thank you again for joining us back in the Guard. It's great to be back. We're kind of bookending the month with it. July 1st we played the Guard on Canada Day, and we're July 29th we're wrapping it up. So we'll be back in the Great White North in 2 weeks' time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes in the Great White North who stand on guard for thee are standing against the villainy of whoever's behind these strange thefts and stratagems. But until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.